Hello, and welcome to another episode of Brettcast Music Talk. So I am a person who loves his metal music, and there are some bands that one has to talk about. I already talked about my favorite band, Metallica, but now we're going to go back and look at a band that started before Metallica and is one of their influences. Here is what I think are the essential songs for the band Iron Maiden. Iron Maiden is just one of those classic metal bands that's up there with Black Sabbath and many others. They were one of the pioneers of the heavy metal sound that came out of the 1980s. The band formed on December 25th, 1975. The name of the band came from the film adaptation of the novel The Man in the Iron Mask by Alexandre Dumas. Their first album, titled Iron Maiden, released on April 14th, 1980, and now they have a total of 38 albums, which is comprised of 16 studio albums, 12 live albums, 4 EPs, and 7 compilation albums. This band pretty much has influenced the metal music world since their first album, and they're still going today. No clear word on when a new album will be happening, but they're pretty damn sure they'll make a new one at some point. Also, random factoid, when Metallica released their first album, Kill 'Em All, in 1983, Iron Maiden was on their 4th album by that time, so the influence on Metallica is definitely there. Now I'm going to list each album and the songs I like, starting with their 1980 first album, titled Iron Maiden. The songs I like from this album are Sanctuary, Remember Tomorrow, Running Free, Phantom of the Opera, Transylvania, and Iron Maiden. Next is their 1981 second album titled Killers. The songs that I like from this album are The Ides of March, Wrathchild, Another Life, Genghis Khan, Innocent Exile, Purgatory, Twilight Zone, and Drifter. Then I go to their 1982 third album titled Number of the Beast. The songs that I like from this album are Invaders, The Prisoner, The Number of the Beast, Run to the Hills, Gangland, and Hallowed Be Thy Name. Next is their 1983 fourth album titled Peace of Mind. The songs that I like from this album are Where Eagles Dare, Revelations, Flight of Icarus, Die With Your Boots On, The Trooper, Quest for Fire, Sun and Steel, and To Tame a Land. Then I go to their 1984 fifth album, titled Power Slave. The songs that I like from this album are Aces High, 2 Minutes to Midnight, Loose for Words, Flash of the Blade, The Duelists, Back in the Village, and Power Slave. Next up is their 1986 sixth album titled Somewhere in Time. The songs that I like from this album are Caught Somewhere in Time, Wasted Years, Sea of Madness, The Loneliness of the Long Distance Runner, and Stranger in a Stranger Land, or In a Strange Land, sorry. Next up is their 1988 seventh album titled Seventh Son of the Seventh Son. Songs that I like from this album are Moonchild, Can I Play with Madness, The Evil That Men Do, and The Clairvoyant. Next I go to their 1990 eighth album titled No Prayer for the Dying. The songs that I like from this album are Tail Gunner, Holy Smoke, Public Enema Number 1, Fate's Warning, Run Silent, Run Deep, Hooks in You, and Bring Your Daughter to the Slaughter. Next up is their 1992 ninth album titled Fear of the Dark. The songs that I like from this album are From Here to Eternity, Fear is the Key, Childhood's End, The Fugitive, Chains of Misery, The Apparition, Judas Be My Guide, and Fear of the Dark. So next is a little different because I didn't like the two albums titled The X Factor and Virtual XI or 11, Virtual 11, I don't know. This is something that I don't usually come across as I usually find new songs from each album, but I just didn't like any songs from these two albums. So next up is their 2000 12th album titled Brave New World. The songs that I like from this album are The Wicker Man, Ghost of the Navigator, Brave New World, Blood Brothers, The Mercenary, The Fallen Angel, and Out of the Silent Planet. After that is their 2003 13th album titled Dance of Death. The songs that I like from this album are Wildest Dreams, Montesseur, Gates of Tomorrow, New Frontier, Passchendaele, and Face in the Sand. Next is their 2006 14th album titled A Matter of Life and Death. The songs that I like from this album are Different World, These Colors Don't Run, Brighter Than 1,000 Suns, The Pilgrim, and Lord of Light. Next up is their 2010 15th album titled The Final Frontier. The songs that I like from this album are Satellite 15, El Dorado, Mother of Mercy, Coming Home, Isle of Avalon, and The Man Who Would Be King. Lastly is their 2015 16th album titled The Book of Souls, which is 2 discs, but that's not important here. The songs that I like from this album are If Eternity Should Fail, Speed of Light, The Great Unknown, The Red and the Black, When the River Runs Deep, The Book of Souls, Death or Glory, Shadow of the Valley, and Tears of a Clown. There you have it. It took me a good amount of time to get through all 16 of Iron Maiden's studio albums, but I finally did it. And that is what I think are the essential songs for the band Iron Maiden. And that's all I have to say, so if you want to add to the conversation, leave a comment below. As always, thank you for listening, and goodbye.